Fall is finally here. There's a crispness in the air here in northern Michigan. We are up north working on our lease, getting it ready for our traditional deer camp for opening day. We are in the middle of bow season here in Michigan. Pre-rut's starting to kick in. We're seeing some activity on the cameras. But I want to talk to you today about the new Hybrid X from Excalibur. Now you may know Excalibur from their traditional recurve limb bows. They've always been the non-cam, recurve only, change your own string, a lot of self-service ability with those recurve bows. This is a new hybrid crossbow from Excalibur. So you'll see here that we've got a cam system mounted to the actual frame, but what it does is it takes these cams, these are hard mounted to the frame itself or the chassis, and it still has kind of a reverse draw recurve limb. So you can still service this bow yourself and change cables and string. However, you're pushing 435 feet per second with this crossbow. I'm shooting 150 grain heads, which is what Excalibur recommends for proper aeroflight and ease of sighting and tuning. So we're getting a little bit less than 435, but still 400 feet plus per second out of this Hybrid X. Kind of like I usually do, I'll walk you through all the features and then we'll show you how to cock it, decock it, we'll shoot it. Funny enough, I sighted this in the other day and I, out of the box, it was pretty close to zeroed, but I blew through 2 arrows immediately because I tried to zero it at 20 yards and I shot right through my target. That's how much kinetic energy these arrows are carrying. So today we're gonna shoot it at 50 yards because I'm gonna have to get a heavier rated crossbow target because this thing's just pumping heat down range. So we're gonna shoot it at 50 yards today. We're gonna show you these kind of groups that I'm holding at 50 yards with this crossbow. So starting at the front, you've got your foot brace here. You can actually mount this in 2 different positions. I have it mounted on the front here to protect the front of the arrow and the broadhead when I'm hunting, but you can mount it on the bottom. So if you're hunting in a box blind or something where you have a rest or a bench kind of rail, this can go on the bottom and it can serve as kind of like a, not a bipod, but just a support that you can rest and shoot off of, almost like bench shooting. Here we've got the cam system in the limbs. Again, you've got multi-string positions here, so if you do need to adjust timing, there are adjustments there to make timing and tuning issues. Moving back, you've got the Overwatch scope. I really like this scope. It's got an illuminated reticle with all your predetermined drops. You can actually do red or green settings, which I love. I like the green settings kind of low light, and then I like red for like dark, like early morning, late evening. But on cloudy, overcast days, I tend to prefer that green, especially as the leaves drop and things get a little more gray. I like the green contrast. It just works well for my eyes. It's got an anti-dry fire mechanism in here. You'll see on the nocks when I show you that, you have to seat the arrow and there's a little ball detent that drops into the nock so that it's in the fire position. You cannot dry fire it without the arrow loaded. It's got a safety here. This is the slide release. So it's got an integrated cocking handle. So it comes out right here, it goes into here. This whole sled will slide forward, and we'll show you that in a second, and you can cock it, but that's also how you decock it. This actually is probably the most comfortable crossbow that I've ever been able to decock. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but there's always a sense of like, is this gonna work? This is probably the most comfortable crossbow that I've ever come across with the decocking mechanism they have. Other than that, yeah, it's been super easy to sight in, super easy to use, user-friendly, very small, very compact. I think it comes in at just over 8 pounds overall package. So a really great, nice little fun package for bow season. So let's go ahead and we'll shoot this thing and we'll show you how it performs. Okay, so I'm actually gonna show you how easy it is to cock this thing. I think it only requires a couple pounds of pressure, 4 or something like that, to turn this crank, but I'll show you how easy it is. So the cocking handle itself slides right into the buttstock here and clips into there. So now you're set to go. So this is the slide right here with the anti-dry fire system. This is gonna be your slide release. So you're gonna push here and the slide will release. What I like to do is, you see it's in fire position now, but like, uncrank this whole slide, comes forward, and once you get to the string, you're going to engage the slide. All right, so now we are locked into there, and I like to put the safety on that. So now the safety is on, and then watch, I'm going to cock this right in the tripod that I'm shooting from, and you'll see how easy it is to crank this thing back. And again, this is how easy it is, and I'm shooting over 400 feet per second with this thing. So you're gonna crank it all the way back. You'll hear it click and lock in place. And then what you do is you've got tension on that strap now, so they recommend 3 turns, 1, 2, 3 to release the tension. You can put that back in place and we're ready to go. Like I'll load an arrow now and we're good to go and ready to go hunting. So I'm shooting the 18-inch V-Flight Pro arrows. You get 4 arrows that come with the crossbow. I obviously bought some extra ones, thank goodness, because I already went through 2 because this thing is so smoking hot. So you'll slide, it'll tell you which vein to put down, and if you look in here, you'll see where that ball detent is for the seating system. So if you look closely at the knock, it's got a special knock. All right, so that will slide back into there, and then it'll click all the way back in. So now it has pressed the detent in there, so now it is ready to fire. So again, you cannot dry fire this crossbow without that arrow seated. So a nice little feature there. So safety's on, we're ready to hunt. So again, we're shooting 50 yards here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot and then we'll go down and check it out. Actually, we'll shoot 2. We'll shoot 2, see how we do, and then we'll go check them out. Pretty good. All right, so again, we'll go ahead and cock it. We'll shoot at the same bullseye. See how it goes. I pulled that one a little bit, but you can see the speed we're getting at even at 50 yards. There's no deer that's dodging that or ducking that string. So, all right, let's go down and see how we did. So even at 50 yards, we might want to make a little bit of an adjustment here, but I mean, here's where I'm aiming at 50 yards and I'm hitting, you know, inch and a half low left. Again, this is archery equipment. We're shooting arrows, so it's not going to be as precise always as a you know, rifle or something like that, but you can see the group we're holding. I'm holding dead center with both those arrows, and those arrows are obviously grouping MOA quality from 50 yards. So I'm happy with that. If I'm aiming here and hitting here at 50 yards, anything 50 or under is in big trouble. So good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and show you how to decock the Hybrid X. So again, we've backed it off 3 turns to release tension on the end strap, but you're going to reinstall the cocking handle, and you're going to put that tension back on. Put tension on there. So now we've got the string tensioned. Here's the slide release. So we're going to push that forward. All right, and then you'll see it's got an anti-pressure system. So now this whole slide, you can see I don't have my hand on the crank handle or anything like that, so there's no pressure. There's no pressure as the shooter to keep tension on that, to keep it from freewheeling and spinning the axe. So just as easy it is to cock, you'll see I'm slowly just letting this back forward, so no having to shoot a decocking arrow or shoot into the ground or shoot into a target. You get all the way there until there's release tension on there. There's a little unlocking mechanism in here. Reach in, push the lever up. Got to be in fire position. Sorry, big hands. And there you go. So the little lever in there, you just push, and then you can retract the slide and you're good to go. So now your crossbow's decocked, it's safe, you can put it away until your next hunt. Hopefully you're shooting an arrow every time, but if you come home empty-handed from a hunt, that's how you can decock the bow. So a great package from Excalibur. It's cool to see them take a step into the future and get some cams involved. Not that that's the end all be all, but just great innovation in pushing the limits and coming up with crossbow technology. I love this thing, I can't wait to get in the woods. Shoots really nice, super accurate, very fast, hard hitting. Yeah, so we're gonna get in the woods this afternoon, see what we can see, and we'll go from there. So for more information on the Hybrid X or any more of the crossbows in the Excalibur lineup, head on over to excaliburcrossbow.com.